Have you ever noticed how we're always looking for the next thing? The next promotion, the next milestone, the next material possession? Society has conditioned us to believe that happiness is something we achieve, something that exists in the future, waiting for us once we've ticked all the right boxes. But let's pause for a second. If that were true, why do so many people who seemingly have it all, wealth, fame, power, still feel restless, empty, and even miserable? Why do we see successful CEOs, celebrities, and high achievers struggling with anxiety, depression, and a lack of fulfillment? The problem isn't success itself. The problem is the way we define it. Success is often measured by external achievements: how much money you make, how many people admire you, how far you've climbed the social or corporate ladder. But happiness? That's internal. It's a state of being, not a thing you can acquire. We're taught to chase money, thinking it will buy us happiness. But the truth is, money can buy comfort, not peace. We're told to chase status, believing that admiration from others will fulfill us. But external validation is like a drug. The more you get, the more you need, and the emptier you feel without it. We strive for material possessions, hoping they'll bring lasting joy. But have you ever bought something you really wanted, only to feel the excitement fade within days? This endless cycle of chasing more leads to one thing: exhaustion. People wake up every day running toward a future version of themselves, convinced that once I reach this point, I'll finally be happy. But the finish line keeps moving. The hard truth? You could have all the success in the world and still feel like something's missing, because real happiness isn't found in having more. It's found in needing less. And that's where simplicity comes in. The people who are truly at peace aren't the ones who own the most or achieve the most. They're the ones who have learned the power of letting go, of unnecessary stress, of meaningless competition, of the illusion that more will complete them. Now, the real question is, how do you start shifting from chasing success to actually finding happiness? If chasing more only leaves us feeling exhausted and unfulfilled, what's the alternative? The answer is simple: less. Think about the happiest moments of your life. Were they the times when you achieved something big? Or were they the small, quiet moments, laughing with a loved one, feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, sharing a deep conversation with a friend? We often overlook the truth that joy isn't found in excess, but in presence. The happiest people aren't those who have the most, but those who need the least. They don't clutter their lives with distractions, unnecessary commitments, or the pressure to constantly prove themselves. Instead, they focus on what truly matters. But simplifying your life doesn't just mean owning fewer things or cutting out distractions. It's a shift in mindset. It's about learning to separate what's essential from what's just noise. Here's what that looks like in everyday life: letting go of the need to impress others. Many people live for the approval of others, making decisions based on what will look good to the outside world. But true happiness comes when you stop living for validation and start living for yourself. Focusing on experiences over possessions, material things wear out, become outdated, or lose their appeal over time. But experiences, travel, deep conversations, shared laughter, leave a lasting impact on your soul, eliminating unnecessary stress. The more we complicate our lives with things that don't matter, the more we drain our energy. Simplicity means choosing your battles wisely, saying no to unnecessary drama, and not carrying emotional baggage that isn't yours to hold. Embracing stillness. We live in a world that glorifies being busy, but silence, solitude, and moments of stillness are where you reconnect with yourself. The happiest people know how to appreciate nothingness: a quiet walk, a peaceful morning, a deep breath. Most people assume happiness is something to work toward, that it requires effort, struggle, and constant action. But in reality, happiness isn't something you chase. It's something you create by making room for it. When you simplify your life, you remove everything that clouds your mind and weighs down your heart. What's left? Peace, clarity, fulfillment. And the best part? This kind of happiness isn't temporary. It doesn't fade like material success. It stays with you because it's built on something real. But what does it actually take to shift from a life of complexity and stress to a life of simplicity and contentment? That's where the real transformation happens. So, if happiness isn't about chasing more, but embracing less, the question becomes, how do you actually do it? It starts with one simple realization. You already have everything you need. Happiness isn't waiting for you somewhere in the future. It's not hidden behind a promotion, a bigger house, or a new relationship. It exists in this very moment. You just have to clear away the distractions to see it. Here's how to shift your life toward simplicity and unlock the kind of happiness that lasts. First, declutter your mind. Most of our unhappiness doesn't come from what's happening in our lives. It comes from the way we think. We hold on to guilt from the past, anxiety about the future, and expectations that were never ours to carry. But here's the truth. Your mind is like a room. If it's full of clutter, there's no space for peace. Learn to let go of things that drain you. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every worry is worth carrying. Next, simplify your relationships. Stop chasing people who don't value you. Stop holding on to friendships that feel like obligations. The happiest people don't surround themselves with the most people. They surround themselves with the right people, the ones who lift them up, who bring peace instead of chaos, who remind them that they are enough, just as they are. Fewer, deeper connections will always bring more joy than 100 shallow ones. Then, detach from the illusion of control. We spend so much of our lives fighting for control over people, outcomes, and circumstances. But the truth is, the more we try to control everything, the less peace we have. Let go. Trust that things will unfold as they should. When you stop forcing life to go your way, you create space for it to surprise you in ways you never imagined. Most importantly, learn to find joy in the present. The biggest mistake people make is believing happiness is somewhere else. It's always later, after the next achievement, after the next milestone. But happiness isn't a destination. It's found in the quiet moments, the warmth of your morning coffee, the laughter of a friend, the feeling of the sun on your skin. If you don't learn to appreciate the small things now, you'll never appreciate the big things later. At the end of the day, a simple life isn't about having less. It's about making space for more of what truly matters. More peace, more presence, more meaning. Because when you stop chasing the things you think will make you happy, you finally create room for the things that actually do. And that, more than anything, is the real secret to happiness. So the question is, are you ready to let go of the noise and start living?